Welcome back to our channel. If your birthday on this day, kindly comment your name, year of birth and country of birth. If you like our work, give like and subscribe our channel. Check description to see about our offers and new announcement. Here we see truth about birthday on this day. 18. On the off chance that you were brought into the world on the 18th day of the month, you are touchy and will in general utilize your intrinsic instinct to assist you with succeeding the work environment. You may end up working for certain individuals, who through envy or instability, will endeavor to ruin you in any capacity that they can. In conditions like these, it is smarter to never really endure the hardship in light of the fact that to respond to such bitter allegations would accomplish more damage than anything else and just drag out the tattle. Since you motivate development any place you go, you would be appropriate to any job which requires critical thinking and change the executives. You are dynamic and need to do everything freely. You are in a propensity for talking discourteously. You are straight to the point in your considerations and you advise it to everybody straightforwardly. You generally prefer to embrace and manage occupations which are more troublesome instead of those that are simple. You are an entirely capable individual and a diligent employee. You are extremely dynamic and you don't rest until you have arrived at your objective. You are a capable manager. You now and again become eager and you should attempt to remain calm. You anticipate that your spouse should be absolutely loyal to you. You may discover your day-to-day life upset and may likewise have fights with your family members. You ought to pick your life accomplice cautiously. You get so used to difficulties that you like your life to be brimming with battle. You ought to disengage yourself from any sort of lawful question, especially in the event that it includes your precious ones, as it might debilitate your pay. You have an excellent judgment and are exceptionally hard to be cheated and misdirected. You will acquire achievement in your life slowly and your marriage will likewise be a defining moment in your vocation. You may need to go through a type of activity. You may feel awkward and fretful by working under somebody. You will consistently need to be in the main position. You do like anyone meddling in your issue. Concerning you might be inclined to coincidental wounds. You may experience the ill effects of bubbles, fever and skin issues. Radish, pepper and ginger will be useful to you. You like to overwhelm others totally. You don't prefer to be prompted by others. You are daring and fearless in your activities and discourse. You have the assurance to conquer any fiasco and misfortune. You normally prefer to help other people. You are probably going to acquire your fatherly property. You are a conceived pioneer, a proficient supervisor. You are fit for getting sorted out and moving others. You are particularly skilled in the regions of legislative issues, religion, workmanship, and law. You are profoundly innovative and have an incredible comprehension of individuals. You are progressive and ought to be taught in a few distinct fields, especially human expressions. Numerous extraordinary craftsmen are found under this number. You will in general be a slowpoke and should take as much time as is needed prior to picking a calling. You need insight and openness to various sorts of individuals before you track down the one zone in which you will practice. You can identify with individuals on the whole different backgrounds. You will do a considerable amount of voyaging and go through numerous changes. At base, you have an incredible dream for mankind. You need to improve the states of individuals, regardless of whether they are locally, state, country, or the world on the loose. This is the place where your most profound fulfillment lies, with playing out some assignment that will profit others. You can communicate your emotions well, however appease significantly on occasion. You have a quiet and surprisingly refined appearance. Notwithstanding, underneath it there is a feeling of disappointment with not having gotten your due throughout everyday life, either from guardians, associates, or your local area. Your test is to learn acknowledgement and absolution. There is a component of penance in your life. You need to relinquish every negative connection. Any considerations of vengeance will misfire gravely against you. You need to utilize your otherworldly and philosophical standpoint on the whole matters in which the equilibrium appears to have been struck against you. You pull in cash from all work that is administration arranged. The more you accomplish for other people, the more you get, profoundly and really. Consequently, you are a visionary, an individual with an admired perspective, an individual trying to assemble a superior future and invigorating others. You seek after the objective to develop humankind in the public eye and bring congruity into it. Throughout everyday life, you assume the part of public safeguard. You think of it as your obligation to shield the privileges of the individuals who can't do it without anyone else's help. The universal number has the characteristic features of all primes, symbol of success and excellence. The number of Soul 9 is a dedication of a person to all stages of his life, and also reveals all the mysteries of life, death and rebirth. It symbolizes you as a highly intellectual personality, possessing great physical strength in all its forms, capable of developing and uncovering enormous potential. The main problem of such people is not knowing what path they should take. They are often not aware of their abilities, openness and, therefore, enthusiastic weakness. Simultaneously responsiveness, capacity to understand, capacity to offer good help, inevitable confidence and great, a propensity to glorify our general surroundings. Appearance is regularly an impression of sensational temperament. The affection for the delegates of this figure is consistently in any case. They effectively surrender to motivations of enthusiasm and genuinely wish to be adored. For sentiment, they can move mountains and demonstrate their emotions. Rapidly lose interest in the individual, if that doesn't yield to their appeal. In marriage, these individuals ought to continually see indications of consideration from their accomplice, else they may imagine that they are not sufficiently cherished and search for something different. Created knowledge and boundless potential are trademark highlights of individuals with the quantity of lives of 9. The dependence on inventiveness and creative ability present accomplishment in the craftsmanship world. Try not to sit around idly and reject exercises not identified with your capacities. Solid accomplishment outside of craftsmanship ought not be normal. The lone impediment is the way that not quickly an individual figures out how to see and find his gifts. Mars? Individuals of Mars are prepared to overcome completely all alone. They don't acknowledge protests, yet just more oppose them. They have the mental fortitude and solid will and gratitude to these characteristics, make incredible progress. Yet, impulsivity negatively affects their exercises. They regularly don't gauge their qualities and don't convey them objectively. In adoration and association, they regularly have issues. It influences their inordinate pride. Having great hierarchical abilities, they completely don't endure a subordinate position. On the off chance that they intentionally utilized their qualities and capacities, they might have made huge progress. In this way, they are recognized by activity and undertaking, energy and confidence just in their capacities. These pioneers essentially depend on themselves, don't permit themselves to be outperformed. Now and again they are somewhat savage and hardy. They have incredible resolution, fine shared comprehension with individuals of the 3rd, 6th and 9th sorts. People born underneath number 18 have a huge mind and excessive sensitivity. They can perfectly explicit themselves in art or every other creative activities. They are true connoisseurs of splendor, or they themselves have creative abilities, although they also have an innate business feel. They have a great sense of dignity, and they prefer when different people admire them. The truth is that during spite of their outside balance, they're pretty insecure. Some of them tend to be both too bendy or too stubborn. When something goes incorrect, they'll experience fear, tension, apprehension. Increased emotionality is leading them on occasion to the instability of person. They recognize others thanks to a superbly evolved intuition, They may be constantly able to discover a common language with one-of-a-kind people. People of range 18 regularly dream of journeying to any other nations. They may be interested by different people's lives. Sometimes they may move to some distance of their dreams and dive into the arena of illusions. They are searching for a few diversify their lives, experimenting in specific areas. Romantic mindset to life have to be balanced by way of a not unusual sense. People of wide variety 18 need to discover ways to be given the sector and people is there. Also they need to dispose of all negative attachments. The non-secular and philosophical method to all instances. Care for the others will assist number 18 to keep away from illusions and live actual existence. Emotional traits. Emotional and sexual characteristics of people with number 18 are particularly controlled through the number 9. These humans are very attractive, but it isn't so clean for them to specific their goals and dreams. Expression of preference appears to them shameful. They frequently take it as a sign of weak point. That's how now and again they inhibit themselves up to despondency. But there is also they have an impact on of the number 8, representing the delicate and touchy lover, who's additionally sexually effective. The conflict may be very rare, due to the fact the number 8 does now not cover from those he loves. All additives, numbers 1, 8, 9 are sexually powerful, and you may consider the result. Number 9 is pretty dominating, in addition to the number 1, so the number 18 tends to succeed inside the affairs of coronary heart. In any other case nothing will take place, and the partner should be tender and flexible. In addition, he or she have to play a leading function in intercourse due to the number 9, because of which number 18 can explicit emotions and goals. In friendship people of number 18 are very devoted, even though it isn't smooth to get along with them. At the identical time, the number 8 is softening the dominant individual of the number 18 and does not permit human beings of this number to impose their selections to the others by using pressure. Although number of 18 is not so smooth to get along with, those humans are very exciting companions, being clever and positive. In quick, a partner or buddy of such man or woman will be pliable, and at the equal time, be a leader in sex. He should realize while it's miles a time to lead and whilst it is a time to comply with. People of number 18 may additionally become a perfect friends for the ones who've the identical religious characteristics and targets. Born below number 18 might not apprehend the person who's missing ambition, because for them it's far the driving force, and people without goals they see as weaklings, so they cannot deal with them. They do no longer recognize people who does now not have the identical energy, however can tolerate them. Here is also shown to have an effect on of number 8. Despite their dominant nature, the ones born under number 18 may be a superb pals, due to the fact number 8 gives them sufficient sensitivity and inhibits their choice to command. Still, for the sake of friendship people ought to not contradict a lot to number 18. People of number 18 need to study a way to be softer. In any other case they are at threat to lose the buddies that they have got. They can be an incredible leaders, sensible and hard operating, however once they start to treat others rudely, they emerge as unpopular. Not absolutely everyone can recognize them as their loved ones do. They ought to no longer be impatient with those who disagree with them. If they may be in a position to conquer those bad trends and inclinations, they can emerge as a very excellent and incredible humans, and rise to even greater heights. You are a diplomatically talented individual, as you can motivate others, assure them, and make human beings consider you. You can understand yourself in regions of politics, regulation, artwork and faith. You see people via and apprehend them, and these traits are important for you. You have ordinary thoughts. You could be trained something and you may be a success in it. So it is as much as you which of them course of expertise to pick out. However, you have to select one sphere of interest, and the second one ought to continually be arts. as a way to expand your outlook and reveal your capability fully. People born at the 18th day of the month are regularly extremely good artists. You want to attempt yourself in numerous areas earlier than deciding on one to concentrate on. You are a humanist. You know and understand emotions of humans, their needs and struggles. You are emphatic, so you can assist without delay the wishes of network and those there, and what's greater important, you do take care of them. The finest pleasure that you can get through life could be a result of your actions to improve the living of others. From the opposite facet, you could be deeply upset or even damaged down, in case your efforts will be useless. Sometimes you have a tendency to be dramatic, but maximum of the time you are quite composed. You are capable of make correct money in case you work inside the provider-oriented areas. The bigger is your paintings for humans, the bigger is your ensuing profits. Your shortcomings: you can have issues with capacity to forgive others or to simply accept another factor of view. You ought to cut off all the negative connections and those who make you feel bad. Shape your life straight away. If you want to do something terrible and go back, the negativity on your lifestyles may also double, so you hire do not.